Hi Booktube, Aaron here. Hope you're doing okay. Welcome to another Bag Tuesday. So this is a return to Bag Tuesday for me. A couple of weeks ago I showed you my Bookish travel bag, this little leather satchel, and I thought I'd carry on, but instead of showing you my Bookish travel bag, I'd show you my Bookish work bag. So this is it's going to be the rucksack that I tend to take in with me every day for work. I tend to need a little more space for a packed lunch and my work laptop and things like that. So it's a little bit bigger, but the general principle and a lot of the stuff that ends up in it is more or less the same. But here it is. It's a Crag Hopper's rucksack. So yeah, I bought it from a hiking shop, and I suppose the idea is that if it's just for like a light hike, so you're probably just gonna have a few spare layers and maybe your lunch in here, which is why the only real, there's not like a zip or any clips or anything. There's just this, I don't know what to call it. It's not even a clasp, but that's pretty much all that there is. Yeah, it serves me pretty well. There's a zip right here on the front with a little compartment, and I just keep sort of chargers and things like that for work. And I've got a little carabiner on here which I loop round on here, just so that if I'm in a busy place it just makes it a little harder to open, which I'm demonstrating now. It is quite hard to open. Oh dear. I shouldn't have done that on camera. But yeah, maybe I'll stop and have a think about how to, there we go, how to open this, there we go. But I'll start with the things on the outside. So there are two little pockets on the side, and as you can see, this one here, I keep a water bottle in that side, and it's nice and easy to get to. I do sometimes keep an umbrella in this side pocket, but I found that umbrellas do quite easily fall out of it, so I've stopped keeping them in there. So there's nothing in there at the moment. But this one has got, so the other one is just open and elasticated, whereas this one, it does have a little, just a little button on there so you can close it, but it's not closing for me today. This bag is misbehaving today. And then, yeah, most of the space is then all inside. It wraps over like that, and it opens nice and wide. It does kind of give the illusion that there's more space in it than there really is, because it opens up so wide, but effectively you don't want to fill it to more than there, or you won't be able to close it. Yeah, it's something I didn't really notice until I started using it for work and really filling it up. And in here then is just a random assortment of things. So there's a coffee cup here, a reusable coffee cup, and it keeps my coffee nice and warm. I've got a hat, which is in there. I've got my glasses, which I'll be dead by the end of the day if I forget to bring my glasses. And then, as always, my little book pouch, and I've been finding recently that the book pouch has been a real lifesaver, just for the general setup in my work bag, because sometimes if I have the books loose, they kind of just fall deeper and deeper into the bag, and get kind of crumpled and stuff. So this keeps them all together, and I always know where they are, and I do my best to keep them right on top, so that if I'm on a train or something like that, I can easily grab in and find what I want to read. And in here today we have got, let's have a look, I got my Kindle. I'm reading How High We Go in the Dark for the BookTube prize. I've got the selected, oops, just dropped my Kindle. We've got the selected poems of Apollinaire, and we've got the Book of Disquiet by Fernando Pessoa. So yeah, they're things where, particularly the Book of Disquiet and Apollinaire, where if I have like 5 minutes just before work, I can read them. And then I tend to use my Kindle on the train on the way in. I've been finding I just get a lot of reading done. For one, I did used to read sort of physical books on the train, but I'd find that the train that I go in on is really, really busy. I'm quite often stood up and we're like sardines in a can. And so, if I'm turning the page, I'm probably hitting someone in the back of the head because I've got quite long, scraggly arms. So, yeah, less people get hurt when I when I use my Kindle, and it's been pretty good so far. It's been pretty much a solid month where every day I've gone in on the train, I've been using the Kindle, and it's been really fun. And then I do tend to always have a tote bag, little tote bag, in here, mainly just for my lunch. I won't show you my my lunchbox because it's leftovers from today's lunch and it's all dirty. Yeah, I'll have cutlery and my lunch and things just kind of in a tote bag inside the bag, just to, in case there's mess. Although a cotton bag won't really do that much against spillage. Then we've got my my pencil case here as well, which I'm finding I don't really need that much when I'm in work, but I like to have it anyway. And then I do also have just all these different notebooks as well. Oh, there's a cough sweep. So these two that you've seen before, my sort of bookish one and just my general thoughts and things like that. And then this is a notebook that I just keep for work notes, with a lovely giraffe on there. Then let's see what else we have in here. There are some cough sweets in the bottom, and then there's my umbrella, which is now inside the bag because it kept on falling out. And I don't really use umbrellas that much, so it's quite happy inside the bag. And then really all that's left inside this is, so I'm not sure how well you'll be able to see, but there is a little, what do you call it, a little slot, a little subdivision in here, just to slide something in. And there is a little zipped compartment, which I'll be honest, I don't think I've ever used, but you could probably keep some keys or something like that in there and they'd be relatively safe. But in this little back pouch, I tend to just keep my laptop for work, and then it's not moving around and getting in the way too much. So that's the main compartment. The only other thing really is this little compartment here at the back, with a zip, which again I don't really use, but it could be quite useful. But I'll be honest, I keep forgetting it's there. So, and that's pretty much it. It's a pretty hardy, well put together rucksack, and it's got these two handles, so I can just sort of grab at it sort of randomly, and it tends to be okay. But that's my that's my bookish work bag. In a way, I'm quite sad that this is my work bag, because I do quite like it, and I have taken it on holiday for bits and bobs, not really as a bookish bag, but it does get much more in it than the satchel, but it can get things can get very heavy and very dense in this bag. That's the only thing really, and it doesn't really offer. I've had rucksacks in the past where there's a little more sort of elasticated support and stuff like that, whereas this is pretty much as simple as it gets. Some of the lining is coming away there, which kind of makes me fear for some of the rest of the stitching, but so far it's managed to keep itself together. I think that's all I have to say about this bag. So this is my bookish work bag for Bag Tuesday number 2 for me, and maybe at some point in the future I will go and sort of call up the Revenant and show you some of the book bags of times past. But for now, that's all. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon.